I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks, we're back. Talking Dicks, we're talking. We're the spinoff of the web series, The Two Dicks. I am one of the Dicks, Al Romas, over in Tampa, Florida. The other Dick over there, Al Ducharme, Studio City, California. How are you this afternoon, Alfred?
Well, I'm doing just fine, Chief.
I don't know who that is.
Come on. That was Frank McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And you're Chief. You're the big Indian.
Do it again. Do it again.
No, it was my guess. I'm wearing the skull cap that McMurphy wore. Oh, come on now.
I've told you with your impressions, it's best to tell us who it is and then do the impression. That would have been more like, how's it go, Alfred? And you're like, I'm doing Nicholson and Cuckoo's Nest. And I go, that's pretty good.
I was trying to be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, but...
I just like to give the essence. I'm not spot on. If I work on it...
No, you're not.
But
you're not.
I just like to give the essence.
Yeah, that was the. That
Listen,
was more.
Romas, if you want to get out of here, you got to talk to me.
I got Eastwood essence on that one.
I saw you banging Nurse. Yeah, it's a little easy. They're all very similar. I have a very similar line, and then they branch off each. I saw you banging Nurse Ratchet last night for a cigarette, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I didn't care for it.
Oh, okay. Look at that. You've come with material today. I'm impressed. I like it. I like it. My back has been killing me from carrying you all these weeks, and now you open up with material.
I'm the preparation H of comedy.
I've heard. Look at that. 2 in a row.
Self-deprecating as well.
I enjoy it. Hey, I was looking at the Twitter. Actually, I saw this, and then my niece sent me the same question as a text just for her and I. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'd throw it out here on the old pod and see what we could do with this.
Is this Hannah? Hannah?
This is Hannah. She'd sent it to me and just asked, what is yours? But the question somebody posted was, what's your favorite generic stand-up bomb recovery statement? So you do a joke, you bomb, it bombs. And then what do you say after that? Do you say, and then an example was, that one was for me. Somebody going, that one's for me, So Hannah asked me, what is mine? I wrote, I've never needed one.
Wow, that's pretty cocky. Let's go to the videotape. Well, it's funny because at the very end of this, we play the guitar comedian there, Kenny Moore, who uses that famous stock line, and I don't know if it derived from him. Probably not.
That's all.
Yeah,
it's even.
But I've seen a gazillion comedians use that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to where you work and knock the dick out of your mouth. Is that
right? Yeah.
Slap the
Put
dick.
in McDonald's, bus station, Taco Bell. I'm not.
Yeah. The soft version of that was I don't go to where you work and what is it when you're flipping burgers.
Right,
or knock the broom out of your hand. Yeah, there's like softer versions. I've never used any of those, but I've witnessed them over and over again many times. That tells you how long I've been in the game.
As we said one other time,
I usually make a fart noise.
You get out of it with the old fart noise.
The old fart noise.
So the joke bombs, and then you.
No, I'm making that up. I'm making that up on the spot because I'm trying to grab something. Well,
what do you do?
What do you say? I can't grab it. I can't grab it.
What's your go-to? The joke bombs, and you stand there now. It's a little quiet, a little awkward. Do you go, hey, that one was for me? Which is a horrible line. That's a horrible line.
The comedian that was supposed to be here tonight missed his flight. I work in the kitchen.
Oh.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. I think I've heard you say that.
Thank you. That means I say it often.
I think I have heard you say that.
Yeah.
I think I would do I think I've done the that one's new, that kind of, you know what I mean, where you go, it's new, that needs work. Something like that. Let them know, even though it's 8 years old. I go, that one's new. That's a new bit.
Some comedians go, I tried to sneak a new one in there, I guess not. Okay, I'll get rid of that one.
Yeah, that new one that he did on Star Search in '85, the new one. But yeah, that was a weird. I don't know who started that topic. It was kind of interesting, and then it was a lot of the old, the old hacky generic stuff. But Yeah. So I think the good thing is I think it's good not to have one. You know what I mean? Because if you have one, that means in a sense, hey, I'm used to bombing, or I'm going to go up. I think I'll bomb. So if you have one in the back of your head, that tells me you're prepared to, eat dicks.
Yeah, but I think that these also, it's something you don't do in advance. Like that one about me working in the kitchen just happened on stage. I was on a cruise ship, and I said galley instead of kitchen, and it was like a 6:30 show. We were in port until 8. There was 1,100 seat theater with 40 people in it, spread out.
I like those shows. I mean, people don't let you comic. I love those shows.
Well, because
no pressure.
Yes, there's no pressure, and you can work on new material. And sometimes, or actually I'll say many times, the little group, if they are clustered together,
they're great.
They're actually pretty good. But you don't like seeing it. You don't like looking through the curtain and going, "Oh, Jesus."
Right. No, because they can be terrible, but a lot of times they are really good. And I just look at it like, if I do even decently with this kind of crowd, that's great. So I like the no pressure. You know what I mean? Like a comedy club. I like a Thursday night, 60 people, better than Saturday night at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock packed. It's too many expectations.
Yes.
It's too much. They're too revved up. They think it's going to be. I like a Thursday. They came out. They want to see comedy. Those people worked all day. They're like, I want to see this guy. That to me is a better 80 than the 200 on Saturday. Now a lot of comics would disagree with that.
No, I agree with you. But one of the worst things that this reminded me of was either the manager, the booker, the club owner coming into the green room saying, "We're sold out. You guys, this crowd is hot. You're all gonna kill." And it's just like you just cursed us.
The big jinx.
A bachelor party, a fight breaks out. There's like so many variables, like you said, that could happen, and usually
that's guaranteed to suck. Yeah. He wouldn't know what a good crowd is anyway. But yeah, he looks at it. In his mind, it's drink sales, or that's why it's a great crowd. It's because they're drinking. They're all drinking. Yeah, that's not good for us.
Or that might be good. Or the MC who's super green, and he gets a standing ovation. Then it's going to be ugly.
Oof. Well, we were off air talking about Eric Myers, who passed away about a week ago now. But he was a great road headliner, and if you haven't seen his stuff, look on YouTube. He's got a couple specials he put out himself, and they're really hilarious. But he, as a feature act, would get a standing ovation.
Yeah, that's the worst.
He would, and I would work with him, and I'd be in the back of the room watching the crowd stay on their feet for Eric Myers, and then the MC going, "Okay, everybody, let's
settle down.
We're gonna bring out the headline.
There's more show. We've had enough." and you gotta carve out 45 to an hour.
Oof. Yeah, that was the worst when you walk in and go, "Hey, who's the middle act?" They go, "Eric Myers." Oh yeah, you know him? Yeah.
I do get rattled. I do get rattled when even like Simeon, who we know from the cruise ships. When Simeon would just destroy, I was backstage like,
and it's weird. You can be doing this fucking 25, 30 years, and you basically almost every time it goes well to great, but that weird, confidence vanishes, and you're like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't follow this guy. Of course you can, but
do you go, "Hey, how about a hand for him? Hey, that thing he was talking about, I have a very similar bit. It's a little different."
I always, I would follow him, but I would always kind of make fun of him and just going, because like I would see through it. So I go, "How about Simony Kirklees?" I go, "Folks, I know it's all tricks. It's all bullshit. He's not," because he makes like he'll do the most insulting line to somebody, but then he chuckles. And he's kind of an overweight guy. And he's jolly, and he can sell it.
Well, he's very likable. He has a lot of.
He has great likability, but he'll go, "Ha ha ha ha!" Like I'm only kidding.
But he's also.
Whereas if I say that line, we're dead.
Yeah.
Well,
he also he's committed to the jolly guy. Yeah. And you got to remember, a lot of times, because he is like a host of the ship and whatnot. He does a lot of greeting. And
he has fans.
Yeah, so people will take a cruise because he's on it.
Yes. And they come back to see him nightly.
Yep.
And that's always fun when the audience has seen your act twice already. Now it's the third time, and you're like, "Okay, I'm going to switch up this. I'll do this," but It's
so funny
it's
because
tough.
when you start, that's an old lesson we've both learned. When you start trying to play for the 2 to 4 people who had seen your show already, and you forget about the other 180 or 500, that's when you get into trouble too.
It's like when you start out, you try to make the comics in the back laugh, and you forget the audience because there's an audience, but then you have comics back there, so you're like, I got to impress these fuckers. Meanwhile, the whole audience is sitting there going, what is this shit? But the 4 comics in the back are laughing. Every guy, we all make that, and it's like, what are you doing? Why would you make that mistake? But it's,
Well, when we are bombing, which it's never happened to you. I'm
not saying never, but it's rare.
A lot of times when we are all eating it back to back, and then we start playing to the comedians. That's another reason to do it.
Well, yes, that's fun. That's a fun thing if you're bombing and the comedians, and you get that comedy laugh because you're eating it and they're laughing there. That I like. I mean, that way
that could be fun.
It can be fun. Sure,
can help you get over that misery.
Yeah. Speaking, I have a gig. I got a gig next week.
Stop bragging.
Next Friday night.
Next Friday night. 7-Eleven parking lot.
It's in Sarasota, and it's a place, the Bazaar, Bazar. Is that how you spell that? Like a bazaar?
Isn't it?
An area.
It's AA, right? No.
AA, MCO.
Boop boop. Like vacuum has 2 U's back to back. Doesn't make sense, right?
It does. What about Roomba? Does that have anything? That's a vacuum. Okay.
I think you just bombed for the first time.
That was for me. That was for me. Woof. Sweating.
Tough crowd.
Whoa.
Woof.
I love it.
How about another hand for Simeon, everybody?
I got the Ducharme dead stare back. Whoa.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Romas. I just had a lobotomy. Now get the pillow.
Again, name and then impression.
Sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here.
Who's that? Oh, Nicholson. Nicholson in Cuckoo's Nest?
No.
That was.
As good as it gets.
As good as it gets.
And that's about as good as it's going to get. So let's.
Did we care for that movie? Did we like that movie?
I did. But it was annoying. Certain scenes were annoying at certain times, but overall.
Is that with Kinnear as the gay guy?
Yeah, as the neighbor.
I didn't buy that. I bet nowadays he would be in trouble because you'd have to hire a gay guy to play that role.
Yes,
they wouldn't allow Kinnear to do that. Yeah, I don't remember the movie that well, but I liked it.
There were certain scenes I really enjoyed, but other times I was annoyed. Like, why are they putting up with this shit? I'm out. I was out many times. Like, I'm out. Well, I'm not dealing with this.
Was that? Who was the chick? Who's the waitress?
Helen
Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
That's right.
She had the ailing child, and she was a single mom. It was a little. It was a stretch.
Oh, that's right. And then Nicholson gets the doctor to take care of the kid, so he gets tape. And he gets taken. As long as he can get his breakfast every morning.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
He wants to sit at that table with her waiting on him.
Ugh, that movie stinks.
Yeah. Okay, it was a stinker, but I just like watching Jack.
Play Jack.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Unbelievable. Still to this day. And look at the cast. Look at all the people that are in the cast. You have, Danny DeVito is in there. A bunch of character actors.
Christopher Lloyd,
who played Jim Ignatowski on Taxi, and then later, Marty, we got to get Back to the Future movies. Yeah. So
I don't remember the rest of the cast, but I remember 2 people, so that was quite a cast. You're right.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of character actors you don't know the names, but you recognize their face because they've been in like 60 movies.
I love in Cuckoo's Nest when near the end when Nicholson finds out those guys are not committed.
No, he's the only one.
Right, they can all go home. He's like,
yes.
He goes, not you, Billy.
Spoiler
Billy, you
alert!
can't go home.
Spoiler alert!
Billy, not you. You can't go home. You have to be. He goes, no, I can go home. What the fuck? What are you doing here? You know, that's the whole ending, folks. There you go. Oh, by the way, I'll be at the Bazaar in Sarasota Friday, March 12th. It's McCurdy's, but since McCurdy's isn't open, He's now going into the outdoor satellite, the outdoor thing.
Oh, good for him. He's thinking outside of the box.
He's thinking outside of Mrs. McCurdy's box. And 6:30.
Did you just go blue?
I had to. Someone had to. Somebody had to.
Holy shit.
And 6:30, one show at 6:30. You know, I didn't care for those in the beginning. Now I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'll be done 8 p.m.
With these Zoom shows that I'm doing. I didn't care for them much in the beginning, and now I hate them more.
Yes. Did there. Woo! Hey, look what time it is.
Before we get to that time, I just want to say that, do you know who produced One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Do you know?
I do.
Okay, just checking.
I do.
Do you want to let the listeners? There's like 12 of them.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas picked that up.
Yeah.
His father actually picked it up first, and he couldn't get it together. He said, "We're having a lot of trouble putting this together. We're just producing and getting the right." He goes, "Dad, can I take a shot at it?" So he gave him the rights for it, and huge.
Got the right party. Well, his father Kirk played it on Broadway. He was McMurphy on Broadway.
That's right. And but the film adaptation. So you know. He knows.
I know it all, sir.
He does know it all.
I know it all. Have a sip. Have a sip, you son of a bitch.
What time is it?
This is a Talking Mugs mug. There you go. Talking Dicks. What is this? No, this is the Two Dicks mug. If you're on the Patreon,
it's a little confusing. It's a little confusing.
Patreon.com/the Two Dicks. Check us out. That's the video, and you're gonna want to see the video. I'm not gonna say, but we have a big guest coming up in one of our soon eps, don't we? Do we have that? Is that on the schedule?
Yeah, he weighs in at about 415 pounds. Huge guest.
Oh, he's lost weight. He's lost
some weight.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. So we have a big guest coming up. I would say get on the Patreon, and because that one you want to see. I think you want to see.
Should we drop his name now or not? Wait. We do it in a preview. Oh, I just said it was a he. I said it was a he.
Well, it could be they. Or them. It depends on how they, you know. It's like, hey, by the way,
identify.
Yes, I missed out the whole Mr. Potato Head thing. I missed. I didn't know what did he say? What did he say that got him canceled? Do you know?
No,
I didn't see it.
No, I just rolled my eyes. Oh, not again. You know.
Because he said things in the past. Is that what you're saying? Not he's.
I don't
said
know.
Controversial.
I don't want to misquote anything here.
I was shocked.
You know what it is? I don't want him to be another Al Franken.
Right.
All right, never mind.
Right. Okay. All right. Ready?
Al Franken lost his fucking seat, man. He had to...
No, Al Franken quit. He just stepped down. He stepped down because he thought it was the right thing to do.
I know, but
he's a good guy. It was the wrong thing to do, but he stepped down. But is Potato Head stepping down, or is he being told to step down?
The Peanut Gallery just chimed in.
Oh, really?
She came and she goes, "It's those women."
Yeah. It always is. We know that. Thank you.
But Bernadette Pauly is the first one to say, "Don't let pussy be your downfall." Quote. She coined that.
Don't let pussy be your downfall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a quote.
Well, it's a T-shirt now. It's available at patreon.com/the Two Dicks.
For only $10 a month, you get your free "Don't let pussy be your downfall" T-shirt for only $10 a month. That's a 2-year commitment.
Oh, you want to do the question or just save it for next?
Let's do the questions.
Do the question? Okay, we got a question. Here we go. Who is the biggest celebrity? Who is the biggest celebrity you ever met, and where was it?
Well, he's going to be on the next episode. So.
that 400-pounder.
Yeah. Who's the biggest? The biggest celebrity?
Biggest celebrity. That's I guess most famous. It would be funny if you had Nicholson. Then you could just pull that impression, and then you go, there it is. Boom. Wrap it up. Bow. Done. Good night. No, not going to happen. I think we would probably be thinking...
Seinfeld, right?
comedy world, I guess, right? I don't know.
Seinfeld. I've technically opened up for him a couple of times, but I was hosting at a comedy club, and he said Seinfeld's coming in tonight, so don't fuck up his intro. I'm like, he just walks on stage. Everybody knows who he is. And then I say that, and then he walks up on stage. The crowd goes bananas, and there's a woman from Germany. She goes, "Who are you? Are you a big star?" She just heckles him.
Oh, I thought she was talking to you.
Oh! But he had to explain to her his status. He goes, "Oh, well, I understand you don't." But he goes, "In the United States," he went on. It was very funny. It was very funny. He had to explain who Jerry Seinfeld was.
Who is he? Who is Jerry Seinfeld? Do we know?
But that's on the comedy level.
Do we really know? Do we ever? He's one of those guys. That was always a complaint that I, of course, didn't agree with. But people would go, "Oh, he's one of those guys. He's funny for an hour, but you don't learn anything about him. You don't know who he is." It's like, really? The hour of laughter is not enough. You need to know who he is. But I used to hear that quite a bit about
technician,
about old Seinfeld. Yeah,
technician.
Yeah. Although I'll be honest, that Netflix special, didn't really care for it. Didn't care for it.
Didn't see it.
Didn't care for it.
Yeah, but he went on Jimmy Fallon like 4 years ago. Did his 6 minutes. I thought it was great. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. But the special, I don't know, didn't work. But whatever, who cares?
Expectations.
Yeah, like Brian Regan has a new special on Netflix. I want to see it, but then I don't want to see it because I think, what if I don't? I hold him up to quite a level of.
Yeah, I love Brian. I saw two clips, and it reminds me of him at his age. He let his hair go white.
Yeah,
and but he's still funny. He's still got that teenage humor face.
Yeah, I want to see it. I don't. I like him either
Al,
way.
let it go.
But,
watch it. Digest it.
All right.
Appreciate it because you're next.
All right. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. So what was the answer to the question? Biggest celebrity you ever met? Where was it? Going with Sign? Going with the Sign? I guess I would do the same. I guess Seinfeld. Jim Carrey. I worked with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. There's a lot of comics that are,
they're comics. I don't know.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
We drove to gigs together, in the beginning.
Yeah.
When we were all kids.
Yeah. I don't know. Does that count?
I don't know.
Is he the big guest? Joe Rogan? Is he the big guest we have coming up? We have a big one.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
But we should tease. We should tease a little bit.
Well, it could be a woman. It could be a woman.
Ugh, why would we do that? That would be fun. Well, I'm trying not to make pussy my downfall. I've heard that's the way to live a life.
Let me see. I don't know. Alec Baldwin. He's pretty big.
Alec Baldwin.
If you want to go actor.
Yeah.
Actor.
I'm going maybe Yogi Berra. I met Yogi.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That could be iconic.
Hall of Famer, 11 rings or whatever he's got. How many? He's got. I think Yogi might have like 11 rings.
There is actually someone bigger, and for some reason I can't grab it. I do have somebody bigger.
Bigger than Yogi Berra?
No, bigger than Alec Baldwin, and I can't grab. I don't know why.
I think I'm going to go with Yogi because Yogi, that's that's one of the greats of all time.
Well, Vince Vaughn is executive producer of F is for Family, so I've met him a bunch.
Yeah.
Does that count?
No. Yogi Berra is.
I'm not.
You can't go from Yogi Berra to
I'm talking
Vince
about
Vaughn.
who I've met. No, I'm not competing against you, moron.
Oh, I thought you went Yogi Berra to Vince Vaughn. Like what?
No. I'm just.
No.
I have a hard time counting these people because they are, in a way, they're colleagues.
Right.
They're in the same business. And kinda.
The business of show.
So.
But nobody from the sports world. Nobody big from the.
Yeah, Mark McGuire.
Mark Cheater.
Yes, Mark McGuire. Hung out with half a dozen times. Came to comedy shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you stick it in his ass? A needle.
The needle? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to try stand-up comedy. He said, can you give me a shot? So he dropped trowel, and I gave him a shot. Steroids, it kicked in. He went up and he killed 3 people.
Boom.
3 people.
Boom. All right.
With a baseball bat.
That's not a bad one then, McGuire. Okay, I'm sticking with Yogi. I met Yogi at the DoubleTree in Tampa when the spring training, the Yankees. He was just hanging out.
Yours is just cool. Mine.
He was heading over to spring training in the morning. He was at the bar.
Yeah, my friend
Reggie was there.
A friend of mine was tight with McGuire, and I just happened to be in the crowd, so we'd go to all the games. We get tickets. We'd get the box seats sometimes, and So.
We were talking to Yogi, and the bartender. After Yogi leaves, the bartender goes, "Hey, stick around, guys. Reggie's going to come down here." And he's looking at his watch. He goes, "Reggie Jackson will be here in like 1 minute." I'm like, "Really? All right." So we wait, and then Reggie comes right down. And he's wearing a shirt. Orchestrated. He wears a shirt, and it's stenciled in the pocket. It says "Mr. October." And he comes down to the bar, and he looks around, and then he splits.
Yeah, no chicks.
And we go, "What was that?"
No celebrities, no chicks.
7 o'clock, he comes down, looks for hot white women, and then leaves.
That's a great story.
Very subtle.
That's a great story to end this podcast on.
Mr. October.
Power out.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.